everybody. Welcome to your meditation. Today we are going to be working with pranayama. So these are breathing exercises. There are tons of different versions of this. We're going to be focusing on 3 of them. Before we start, let me give you this little heads up. If you have allergies right now, if you have a cold right now, if you are feeling super stuffy and congested and find it hard to breathe through the nose, you might want to go into the archives and choose a different meditation. We're going to be doing a lot of different types of breathing, and it may get a little frustrating if you're feeling like you can't breathe freely through the nose. So just a little heads up. If you don't have a cold or allergies and you feel like you can breathe freely, still recommended maybe grab some Kleenex. Just gonna say. All right, with all that heads up, let's start our meditation. So get as comfortable as you can be. You can lie down if that feels good. But for me, doing pranayama, it tends to work a little bit better sitting up. So maybe the spine is long, shoulders dropping away from the ears, and lower the gaze away from the screen. So eyes closed, or just choose a fixed spot on the ground and then soften the gaze. So just notice how the breath is naturally. Notice how you're showing up. So what can sometimes happen with our breathing is that as soon as we bring our attention to it, it will slow down. It will deepen. So if that happens, just notice it. If it doesn't, just notice it. I promise you can't do this wrong. So we will begin with just some body awareness before we move to the breath work. So just notice what you notice, first of all, about the body. For a lot of us, we tend to immediately go to what is wrong. Too hot, too cold, this hurts. And that's fine. Notice that. And then refrain from going to judgment about that. So don't bother with, it should be different, I hate that this hurts. Just observe. And then notice what else you notice. What is one layer below that in your noticing? Can you notice what's going well with the body? And then can you notice where you can maybe improve something with the body here? So how can you help yourself out? Maybe it means rolling the neck a few times to take any tension out there. Maybe it means adjusting in your seat to get a little bit more comfortable. What can you do to help yourself out, to improve the current situation just as it is? And then one last thing with the body, is there any tension that you do not need right here? Can you let that go? Tension in the body, maybe it's tension in the mind. Can you bring some ease, some compassion to this moment? Beautiful. So we're going to move on to some breath work, some pranayama. So pranayama is kind of this umbrella term. It is Sanskrit for all kinds of different varieties of breath work. So we're going to focus on 3 different types here. Breathwork is so individual. So you may like some of these, you may dislike some of these, it's okay. You don't have to love all of them. But if there is one that works for you, maybe it's something you can integrate into your practice. So we'll start with equal ratio breathing. Very simple. Your inhale and your exhale are the same length. So you are breathing in and out through the nose. And you can simply count. How long is your inhale? Maybe it's a count of 3, 4, 5, 6, it doesn't matter. And then exhale for the same count. So see how that feels. If you would like to lengthen the count of both the inhale and the exhale as you get going, great. Just see if you can keep it even. So there are so many reasons that breath work can be beneficial. So keep going with this one. And know that what you're doing with this type of deep, slow breath is you are activating the parasympathetic nervous system. That is the system in the body that tells us we are okay, we are safe, we can rest. It is the counterbalance to the sympathetic nervous system, the one that takes us into fight, flight, freeze, appease. This is the brakes. Good. So release that technique and just notice how the body and the mind feel. Deep breath in here. Sigh it out through the mouth, let it go. Beautiful work. We're going to move on to 2-1 breathing. This is also called extended exhale. Similar to the first pranayama we did. But this time we're going to see if we can get the exhale twice as long as the inhale. So if you are inhaling for a count of 4, see if you can exhale for a count of 8. If you can only exhale for a count of 6, that's fine. See if you can work your way up to a count of 8. Whatever the count is fine. We're just really trying to empty all the air out of the lungs. So often we can have our breath be so shallow that we are not emptying out all the air. So if you think those lungs are empty, see if you can exhale just one more tiny little bit. So when we are working with pranayama, when we're working with breath work, we are communicating. It is this mind-body connection. We are telling the mind and telling the body, we're okay, we're safe. We don't have to panic, we don't have to run, we don't have to fight. You're safe. That's why you might notice as you do this type of breath work, your heart rate's going to come down. So just notice here this amazing way that you can communicate with your body in a language it understands. Good. Do one more inhale and exhale in this 2-1 breathing. And then take a deep breath in through the nose. And sigh it out. Just notice how that one felt. Did it feel different? Is there one that you felt was more natural to you, the equal breathing or the extended exhale? Doesn't mean that one is right or wrong. It's just noticing. We have so many preferences. Maybe the preferences mean that we want to practice one and not the other. Maybe the preference means we want to look at the one we don't prefer and just be curious about why. We're going to move on to our third and final pranayama technique. So this is called Nadi Shodhana. This is alternate nostril breathing. This is one where it can be helpful to have Kleenex nearby. So there is a specific way, traditionally, that you can hold the hand to do this, but I prefer to keep it simple. So you can maybe raise your gaze up to the screen while I demonstrate this one. Alternate nostril breathing. So you want to close off one nostril, exhale through the other, inhale through that same one, and then switch the hands, exhale, inhale. So it goes like this. Take a deep breath in. Close the right, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Close the left, exhale right. Inhale right. Close right, exhale left. Inhale. Switch, exhale. Inhale. Switch, exhale. Inhale. Switch, exhale. Inhale. Switch, exhale. Good, keep going like that. So you can place one hand under the elbow to help support. And just keep closing off one nostril and then the other. Slow, deep breathing. Relax those shoulders down. Good. Next time you exhale, left. Release the hands down. Let those eyes close and just breathe. So just notice how that feels. I find that to be a very calming breath. I use that one if I can't sleep. I use that one if I'm in a situation that is making me anxious. For me, it just slows everything down. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, sigh it out, let it go. Good. You can let those eyes open, taking a big stretch here. Great job. All right, so we played with pranayama today. We did 3 different types of breath work. So we started with the equal ratio breathing, inhale, exhale, same length. And then we did 2-1 breathing, exhales twice as long as the inhale. And then we did Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing. So switching sides, slow, deep breaths. Maybe some of these worked for you, maybe not, but the whole idea is to try and see what tools we can use in everyday life and in our practice in order to bring a little bit more calm, a little bit more stillness. Great job. I'll see you next time.